Don't even think about stopping right now. But no more excuses. See, excuses are just like those buts. Everybody has one. See, in order for you to shine like sun, you must find the fun in the journey to greatness. You must find the fun in the process and exercise the fundamentals of pushing through. See, those that are great have grew because they took their blank canvas and not only drew their desired outcome, they also took action until maximum satisfaction was achieved. They never grieved too long when they suffered failures, bad days, or setbacks. They fell down, got back up, and when they got back up, they were more jacked up and hungrier than ever. See, your problem is your belly and your gas tank is full. So it's impossible for you to pull. It's impossible for you to give. It's impossible for you to dig deep, and easy for you to let any small excuse creep in. It's easy for you to let any small excuse sneak in your mental. But today is the day for your monumental shift. Today is the day that you power through and get one step closer to your gift. Today is the day for you to eliminate any excuse and add more weight to your deadlift. Today is the day that you take that leap of faith and finally jump off that cliff and land softly on your bed of dreams. It seems that success has eluded and excluded you from its playground. But don't blame success, because it's you that keeps spinning your wheels like a merry-go-round. You must have missed the memo, or you must have forgot. You were born to be a king that wears a crown. You were born to be a queen that wears a diamond-studded gown. So when you start making excuses, that sound you hear, oh, that's my voice telling you that excuses are for losers. That's my voice telling you that excuses are for snoozers. That's my voice telling you that excuses are for time abusers. That's my voice telling you that excuses are for those that receive fewer and fewer and fewer opportunities. And it's the winners who are the next level choosers, and they maneuver in a manner that puts them in position to win and hoist the banners, because executors and planners ultimately get the championship rings. So from this day forward, excuses are for the weak. So starting right now, not tomorrow, not next week, I need you to vow to keep going. I need you to vow to keep glowing. I need you to vow to keep growing. I need you to vow to keep showing up and showing out. And when excuses pop up, I need you to knock them out your life and make it a one-round bout. Because in order for your seeds to sprout, in order for your greatness to come out, I need you to stand up and shout. Excuses will no longer have clout in my life. Excuses will no longer leave doubt in my life. Excuses will no longer leave pounds in my life. Excuses are now officially out of my life. So right now, your self-talk should be one more call, one more set, one more shot, one more rep, one more study hour. Please play this to give you the strength and power to stop making excuses. You are the sum total of your habits, and your habits are the sum total of you. If you feel like laying around on the couch all day and doing what others perceive as nothing is success, then by all means you keep doing it. The chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken. It's not rocket science. Successful people are simply those with successful habits. Success is there for the taking. You just gotta get up and go grab it. I know. You're under the impression that successful people are born that way. Well, they're not. They become successful by establishing the habit of doing things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. I got a question for you. Which side of the fence are you on? Success or failure? Because the choice is yours. You wake up every day, and based on your actions, you will achieve an outcome. Some may label your outcome success. Some may label your outcome a failure. But one thing is for certain, you will achieve an outcome. But my question for you is it your desired result? See, if you pick the right small behavior and sequence it right, then you will never have to motivate yourself to have it grow. It will just happen naturally, like a good seed planted in a good spot that gets all the water, that gets just the right amount of sunlight. Your habits become your rituals, and your rituals tell the universe what level of success you will achieve or what level of failure you will receive. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, it's not an act, it's a habit. Stop trying to cheat success. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. So stop standing, stop staring, start changing, start preparing the life that you want to live. It all starts with the things that you are doing on a daily basis. Your habits dictate. Your habits reshape. Your habits form you. And you get to decide what level of success you achieve. Forget inspiration. Your habits are much more dependable. Good, positive, powerful habits will sustain you whether you're inspired or not. This is a great day to win.
We go through the actions of commitment, but we're not really committed. We're not really connected. We're not really joined. Yeah, people that come to work, they take a job. They're not committed to the job. They want the check. You don't understand the reciprocity. Anybody wants some money, but if you're not willing to give at least as good as you get, it will not last. And that's why you can't stay anywhere or work for anybody, because you've never had Levi. You may have had Reuben, you might have had Simeon, but you've never been joined to anything. So you collect anniversaries, you've got a lot of birthdays, you've got some plaques on the wall, but you've never been the person that you could be, because the could be is locked up behind commitment, and until you're committed, you'll never get the could be. Some people have never thrown their whole self at nothing. Not at school, not at work, not at marriage, not at church. Oh my God, you've had one foot in and one foot out of every dream all of your life, and you've never seen what you could be if you ever really connected and threw everything. You never fully engaged. You never fully studied. You never fully invested in anything or anybody. You want to get something that you are not willing to give. You have never been joined, and you're running out of time and running out of excuses and running out of people to blame. Wonder what would have happened in school if you'd been committed. Wonder what would have happened in your marriage if you'd been committed. Wonder what would have happened in your church if you'd have really thrown your whole self. And some of the most casual people are talented people, because talented people will lay on their talent and use their talent as a camouflage to cover up their lack of commitment. And because you're talented enough to be able to float by on broken pieces, you will fool an indiscriminate eye into thinking that you are committed. You're not committed, you're just talented. You'll never know what you could have been if you would have really committed yourself. And now you're getting older and you'll never get to see what you could have been, because the cost of getting to see it is a commitment that you've never been willing to pay. I thought I'd be further than I am at days. Let me tell you why you are not further. It is not the devil. It is not witches. It is not demons. And it's sure God ain't haters. You are not any further than where you are right now, because you have never thrown your whole self at anything in your life. It's a very important commitment. It's a very important commitment. You better be committed, or you ain't gonna make it. Commitment to your dream. You cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Stop asking people to invest in things where you have no investment. Stop asking people to deliver something to you where you're not willing to go to the wire for yourself. Nobody's gonna put into your dream before you put in. You have to invest in what you dream for. A golf club is just a golf club. You can pay $500 or $5,000 for it. It's just a golf club until you put it into the hands of Tiger Woods. When you put it into the hands of Tiger Woods, the value shoots up. It's the same set of clubs. All you added was commitment. When you get it in the hands of somebody who is committed to a dream, who's been working when they was 5 and swinging when they were 6 and swinging when they were 9 and swinging when they were 12. Oh yes, you're going to get a great return, because there is a great investment. Do you have anything that you're dreaming that you're willing to be committed to enough to see it happen? I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass. Committed to your dream. Anybody can dream it, but you'll never see it until you're willing to be committed to it. You'll never, never, never bring down somebody who is committed, because somebody who has really been committed has been down before they ever got up.
I know you don't feel like doing it, but do it anyway. It's you versus you. And the next level awaits. It's on you. You must take the first step. See, faith without works is dead. So I need you to take action right now. See, action is the foundational key to all success. And when you take action today, you put yourself in a position to be blessed tomorrow. I know they not doing nothing right now, but what they do ain't got nothing to do with you. Get your butt up off the couch. Get your butt up out the kitchen. Get your butt up out to the house and go do something right now to put yourself in a position to win tomorrow. See, greatness cannot be borrowed. Personal power is the ability to take action even when you don't feel like it. Personal power is the ability to do things that they won't do today so you can wake up and live the life that you want to live tomorrow. So that's why you are in that gym putting in all those hours. That's why you're studying so hard for your tests. That's why you in there shooting all those jump shots. That's why you giving every ounce of your being, every ounce of your soul. When they won't, when they don't, that's when you do. Every change begins with a vision and a decision to take action. See, massive gratification, massive satisfaction comes when you win that internal conflict with yourself and you do what you didn't feel like doing. Oh, you feel so great after you get it done. You pat yourself on the back, and that's what we call celebrating a small win. See, it's a series of small wins that taking action leads to, that ultimately you win the championship. Ultimately, you achieve your major goal. Ultimately, you win in your game of life, and it all comes from taking action right now. So I need you to dream big. I need you to set goals, and I need you to take action. I need you to execute. See, what ain't taking breaks? You keep taking action, and ultimately, the day will come when your future self, the future you, is residing, is living in the lap of luxury, because you put in all the work, you put in all the time, you put in all the effort, you put in all the blood, you put in all the sweat, you put in all the tears. All that sweat equity is paying off, and like compound interest, you do a little bit today, you do a little bit more tomorrow, you do a little bit more the day after, and keep doing a little bit more, and before you know it, boom, you arrive at your destination of next level. Take action today. This is a great day to win. Heard a wise man say, only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. No fear, no limits, no excuses. Because where I'm going, fear is not welcome, and fear cannot come. Your path to greatness starts with you taking that leap of faith and eliminating and removing all fear. See, I once walked in fear. I was scared of my own shadow. But deep down inside, deep down in my soul, I knew I had a gift that I needed to share with the world. Just like you got something inside of you. But fear is holding you back. You're scared to jump. You're scared to take that leap of faith. I was just like you. And then somebody believed in me more than I believed in myself. And he kept pushing. He kept pushing me. He wouldn't take no for an answer. And I finally caved in. It was one of the most powerful moments in my life. And that's why I'm coming through your speakers right now. I'm pushing you. And I will not take no for an answer. I need you to knock out fear. Right now your fear is bullying you. Right now your fear is holding you hostage. And now is the time for you to stop it. Put your dukes up. And I want you to go toe to toe with fear. Look fear right in the eye and say, you will no longer get the best of me. Because the world needs the best of me. And I have a gift to share with it. But if I don't take that leap of faith, if I don't jump, I lose. And the world loses out. I'm not taking my gift with me to the grave. And you tell fear, my time is now. And you break those shackles, and you break those barriers, and you break down those walls, and you proceed forward. It's time for you to breathe in courage and exhale fear. Get that fear up out of your system. Fear has killed more dreams than failure ever will. Do what scares you until it doesn't. You can't reach the pinnacle. You can't reach the top. You can't go to the next level if you continue to let fear stifle you. It's time for you to stand up to the bully of fear by digging deep. I need you to channel your innermost Muhammad Ali and knock your enemy of fear out. It's all mental. You have to remember, fear is not real. It's a product of the thoughts that you create. And thus, fear is a choice. So today, you can choose to knock fear out of your life and take one giant leap towards the life that you were born to live. This is a great day to win.
What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? There are winners, there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win. And all they need is some coaching. All they need is some help and assistance, just a little support. All they need is some insight or different strategy or plan of action to make some adjustments that will open up the key to a whole new future for them, that will give them access to the unlimited power that they have within themselves. That's all that they need. So what I want you to do is think about something you want for you, that's real for you, that's important for you, that will give your life some special meaning and power. And I don't even want you to say, I can do that. I don't want you to assume that. See, 5 years ago when I started out in this area, I would not have been able to make the mental leap that I would be up to where I am right now. I want you to be able to say something to yourself that will enable you to maintain a level of integrity with yourself. That when you say this, even when you face tremendous setbacks, it will be a benchmark to keep you in the game, to keep you moving forward and experimenting and readjusting your strategy and your plan of action, continuously looking for ways to win. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us. Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life. You want to make your dream come true, you got to stay focused. Some people rather get even than get ahead. Stay focused on where you want to go. See, I'm saying just keep moving. Don't start feeling sorry for yourself. Don't spend time blaming and talking about what happened to you. See, whatever you talk about, that's what you multiply and expand in your life experience. You've got to be willing to stay focused, to be creative, to be relentless, because things are going to happen to you when you're working on your dream. Ladies and gentlemen, when you know within yourself that there's something you want to do, and I believe that all of us are born with a purpose, that all of us have something that we are supposed to do, that all of us have some goodness within us, and that goodness gives us a responsibility to manifest our greatness. And when you know that, you can feel it in your guts, and you know that you're deliberately operating below your potential. You've gotten comfortable. You stop expanding, you stop stretching, you stop challenging yourself. Let me share something else with you. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, but it's necessary. It's necessary that you have it, that you work on it, that you develop yourself, that you go for what is yours in the universe. ways to increase your sense of self-appreciation, because if you don't, you're bombarded with negative stuff every day that beats you down, and you will find yourself unconsciously engaged in self-destructive behavior. If you don't program yourself, life will program you. The major key to your reaching your dream, your living up to your greatness, your making your contribution is you. What people think about you and the possibilities for your dream is none of your business. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. And when they go through a process of growing it, they have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. Okay? But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years, because at any time that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. It's necessary for us to begin to look at the future and know that it's possible that we can have our dream. Yes, it is. Other people have done it, then we can do it. We fail a lot of times. Well, a lot of other folks fail, and eventually they came back and they succeeded. So it's possible we can have what we want. And we know that we want to get it. It's necessary that we align ourselves with people that think like we do. It's necessary we get negative, do-nothing people out of our lives. It's necessary we never stop learning and growing and developing ourselves. It's necessary that we never give up. We know that it's you, it's me. It's being responsible for our stuff and deciding that we're going to keep on keeping on, that we're going to find a way to win or find a way to make it happen. And we know it's hard. It's not going to be a picnic. Yes, it's hard. It's hard. And we will do it hard. And once we do it hard and we go through it, we realize it was worth it. And once you discover it was worth it, it is done.
They say self-discipline is the magic power that makes you virtually unstoppable. Do you have the inner strength to say no when so many others say yes? See, self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, it's virtually impossible to control what you do. So my question for you is, how often are you exercising your self-discipline muscle? I know you talk a good game, but when it's time to do what you say you're gonna do, are you getting it done? Are you strong enough to go hang out with your friends to 2 in the morning knowing you have to be up at 7 in the morning? Or do you hit the snooze button? Because if you hit that snooze button, that's essentially the lose button. And you've set yourself up to lose for that day. But on the other hand, if you rise and shine and you get on up and grind, you feel like you've won that day. You feel like you've conquered. Self-discipline is a key ingredient to success in every phase of our lives. Self-discipline is strength. So I need you to flex your self-discipline muscle. Because at the center of bringing any dream into fruition is a little thing we like to call self-discipline. But Fry, I really don't feel like doing it right now. You don't get it. You will never always be motivated to do the things that you're supposed to do on a daily basis. That's why you have to learn to be disciplined. The greatest leaders, the greatest minds, the greatest entertainers, the greatest athletes always have self-discipline without exception. So no excuses, because they're absolutely no different than you. And you will find that when you exercise your self-discipline muscle on a daily basis, you will go from below average to average, from average to good, from good to great, and from great to phenomenal. Yes, you! Ordinary you want to lose that weight. You want to get that six-pack. You want to get that job promotion. You want to graduate, bachelor's, master's, PhD. All success starts with self-discipline. It starts with you. The great Lou Holtz said, without self-discipline, success is impossible, period. But we're in the business of making the impossible possible. And that means you gotta do something when you don't feel like doing it, and that's the definition of having massive self-discipline. Self-discipline. The road may be hard, but the results are priceless. This is a great day to win. Your success all depends on the second letter of that word. You. I know you think it can never happen for you. I know you feel like it can never happen in your lifetime. I know you feel like you're not worthy. But this is your year. This is your time. But it all starts with you. You have to believe it in your heart of hearts. You have to let your past go, one step at a time. I know you in a hole, a deep hole, that you feel like you could never climb out of. I was once in that deep hole too. And then I had an epiphany. I woke up a different person. I prayed and I prayed for the change to come. And it came. But I was forced to execute, just like you're forced to execute. Your time is now. If not now, when? If not you, who? You just gotta understand, anyone that ever succeeded at a high level, any team that ever won a championship, listen to me, every champion was once a contender that refused to give up. I need you to come up out of your shell and overcome your fears. You were put here to impact the world. This is your year to win. This is your year to shine. This is your year to tap into your wildest dreams of being great. For years you've had a loser's mentality. But now it's time to transform that loser's mentality and change it into a winner's mindset. So when you see a challenge, it's never a problem. When you see an opportunity, it's never a burden. When you see a hurdle, it's not an unbreakable wall. It's a barrier that you can run through. See, winners say it may be difficult. Winners say it may be hard, but it's possible. Losers say it may be possible, but it's just too difficult. Winners see the game. Losers see the pain. Winners see the possibilities. Losers see the problems. Winners make it happen. Losers let it happen. This is your year to win. Eliminate the word loser from your vocabulary. Eliminate the word loser from your life. Your journey to the next level. Your journey to greatness. Your journey to places that you never thought you could go. Your journey to things that you never thought you could achieve starts with one single step. Change your mindset, and you can change your life. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. You're no longer small-minded. You're no longer average-minded. Today, you become great-minded. This is a great year to win. If people laugh when you tell them your dreams, if you've ever been so low, you felt like you wanted to scream. If you've ever been doubted in your quest to achieve, if the non-believers' voices were so loud, you almost started to believe that they were right. Hold up. This is the moment that I remind you that they are never right. Because you were born to be a beacon of light. You were born to overcome any fear or any fright. You were born to have next level vision and not just sight. You were born with the heart, will, and passion to never give up and fight and fight and fight. If they say there's no way, make it. Never ask for permission to be great. You take it. Greatness is yours to claim. You just gotta stake it. When they try to lock you up with a mental chain, you break it. Never settle for mediocre or average. Think big, outside the box, shoot for Mecca, or even better yet, go for galactic. When they think you're about to throw in the towel, use it to wipe the sweat off your face. Look them dead in the eye and smile. Because they underestimated your heart, and they didn't think you had the resiliency to go that extra mile. But you do. If you fall down 2,051 times, you get back up 2,052. Because you're rare like that rose that grew in concrete. When they say you can't do it, prove them wrong and do it anyway. Believe in something, believe in you, and never forget, you were born to be spectacular. It's in your DNA. You got this.
Your thinking has all the world to do with where you are. Your attitude has all the world to do with your altitude. So if you don't get clear thinking on an issue, you won't be able to develop in that area. What we really want is for somebody to love us for who we are. And what we really want is to have the kind of intimate relationship with them that allows us the freedom of not needing to camouflage who we are, what we think, how we speak, and how we understand. Without that freedom, we begin to be actors acting out a role in the house for which we eventually become weary of, and we break out of the role because we want to be free to be ourselves. The real challenge is get my mind free. As I'm free in my mind, I can change my circumstances. Freedom begins in the mind. You can be free physically and not be free mentally. And I want to tell you something today. The moment you make up your mind to get up, you can get up. And no devil in hell, no system, no government, no power, no boss, no community, or anything else can hold you. Once you are free in your mind, you are free. So what's going on in your head often can become more real than what's going on in your life. Well, how do we get this information? We get this information through conditioning, through imagination, through suggestions, through implications, and all of this affects who we are and how we function as individuals. Because images are everything. These persons are filled with images. Before they have books or notebooks, newborn babies are filled with images. They're gathering all of this information about life and about relationships and about circumstances. The moment they're born into the world, they're assessing things, people going and coming. It's a proven fact that when you put infants in rooms with bright colors, it makes their mind brighter. Certain types of music causes them to be more intellectually acute. All of that because they're using their senses to gather all of this information, and they have all of these images, all kinds of images that are affecting who they are. And images have a lot to do with how you are programmed and how you are wired and how you're functioning. And the images that you have seen have all the world to do with who you are right now. That's why I don't like to hang with low-thinking people, because they'll make you underutilize what God has given you. You need somebody to challenge you that you could be doing more than what you're doing right now. You could have more than you have right now. You could go further than you're going right now. And somebody's got to be bold enough to look you in the face and empower you to go into the enemy's camp and take back what he stole from you. There will be some educated failures. There will be some binge driving failures, but they will still be failures, because success is not necessarily having money. Contrary to the idols you have in this country of what success is, being rich doesn't make you better. Dion says it just makes you more of what you were before. So if you were a whorish man when you were broke, now that you got money, you can do it better because you got more money to do it with. If you were hateful on welfare, now that you're rich, you're twice as hateful. You can be really nasty now. Money just makes you more of what you already were. I'm not looking for somebody to make me be what you want me to be. I'm looking for somebody who can accept me for who I am. Images, idols, and information. Now at 80 or 70 or 60, if you're lucky, you have finally allowed the information to penetrate the images and idols of your past to give you a realistic expectation of what you can get out of life.
Grant Cardone said, become obsessed about the things that you want. Otherwise, you will spend a lifetime being obsessed with making excuses as to why you didn't get the life you wanted. I always tell people you gotta be crazy with it. You have to have the vision to see the unseen in order to be able to do the unbelievable, the unthinkable. I need you to ask yourself, are you obsessed with success? Or are you okay with just being average? See, most people, they're lazy. They never go out and get crazy and do things that most people won't do on a daily basis. That's all success is. It's those that are crazy enough to believe, those that are crazy enough to do, those that are crazy enough to get up and take massive action, the type of action that makes others look at them like, what in the world are you doing? How do you make all those phone calls? How do you send all those emails? How do you make all those videos? How do you do all those push-ups? How do you run all those miles? I love the commercial when the little girl says, you didn't wake up to be mediocre. Be obsessed with success, or be average. The choice is yours. If you ask any person that's experienced any level of success, they will tell you, I never dreamed about success. I got up off my hind parts, I got up off my butt, and I worked for it. Your future self is depending on you to do something now so you can live the life of your dreams later. Be obsessed with success. Greatness is calling. Success is what happens after you survive all of your disappointments, all of your failures. See, your greatness, see, your success is limited only by the investments that you are willing to make in yourself. And there are no exceptions to this rule. The great Jim Rohn said, success is something that is attracted by the person that you become. So you can be a lazy person today and wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living this way. It's time for a change. And you have the power to make that change and instantly become obsessed with success and never settle for less and become the best version of who you were called to be. Your time is now. There is no greatness without a passion to be great. What are you depositing in your bank of success? Are you making daily deposits? Because nothing in means nothing out. You have to make daily deposits by putting in the work, by putting in the time, by putting in the effort. It will seem like nothing is happening, but just like compound interest, before you know it, your bank of success is overflowing. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. You get to make the decision. Are you gonna be lazy with it? Or are you gonna be crazy with it? Become obsessed with success. And I promise you, your future self will love you for it. This is a great day to win. If you want to make your mama proud, if you want to make your daddy proud, if you want to make your family proud, if you want to make yourself proud, you must live by the creed. You must live by the motto of no quit allowed. You're allowed to scream. You're allowed to shout. You're allowed to get angry. But you're never allowed to quit. Quitting is not an option. I need you to embrace the success of failure. Just like anyone that achieves at a high level does. You're not the first person that wants to give up. You're not the first person that wants to throw in the towel. You're not the first person that wants to quit. But those that follow your lead and actually commit to giving up and actually commit to quitting are robbing themselves of their future successes. They're robbing themselves of the greatness that they have inside. No quit allowed. You may see me struggle. No quit allowed. But you will never see me quit. No quit allowed. See, winners are not people that never fail. No quit allowed. But people who never quit. This is your life. This is your moment. I know I know it's hard. Success is hard. But you were born to eat hard for breakfast and difficult for dinner. Success in life comes when you simply refuse to give up. With goals so strong that obstacles, failures, setbacks, bad days, rough patches only act as your motivation. I need you to understand this. The moment that you're ready to quit, the moment that you're ready to give up, it's usually the moment right before the magic happens, right before that miracle happens. No quit allowed! If you fall behind, run faster. No quit allowed! Never give up, never surrender. No quit allowed! I need you to rise up against the odds. No quit allowed! There is no failure. No quit allowed! Except in no longer trying. No quit allowed! This is your time to grow. No quit allowed! It's your time to show. No quit allowed! The world that you are destined for greatness. And you have the will, and you have the internal strength to power through, to persevere, to overcome, to climb the hump, to never throw in the towel, never quit, period. This is a great day to win.
Decisions. I talked to you about being exposed. When you are exposed to things, it gives you options. Options give you choices, and choices require decisions. It is critically important that you make this next step into sound decisions. Some people are afraid to make decisions. They just contemplate the options for years and miss the opportunity to change their life because they miss the time factor that is involved in making a great decision. You cannot make a great decision whenever you want to. A great decision has a shelf life. Some people make great decisions too late. I've seen people who had beautiful voices and they launched their career too late. They should have been out there singing when they were young, but they waited till they got older. Now you're out there, you're doing something, you can do it real good, but you miss your season. Decisions, the decisions that you make are going to be the path to your destiny. There is a correlation between your destiny and your decisions. Your destiny speaks to where you're going to end up. Your decisions show me how you're going to get there. If your decisions don't start working with your destiny, you're going to spend your life going in circles. It's important to make good decisions. You cannot make a good decision with bad information. I want to talk about it very practically. On the very practical standpoint, you cannot make great decisions with poor information. How many of you have ever made a decision and then you got more information and you said, well, if I'd have known that. You got great information, but you got it too late. You made the decision with poor information, and now you suffer the consequences. You can't make a great decision with poor information. You've got to have good information. So when I start talking to you about decisions, there are a series of decisions that you need to put in motion. As you put those things in motion, it's going to change your life. I also want to warn you of the danger of making no decision, to help you to make decisions to reach your objectives so that you're not taking an art class trying to get a law degree. I just like art. That's wonderful, but it may not be the course you need if you want a law degree. Your decisions need to line up with your destiny. I should be able to look at your decisions and see where you're going. I should be able to hear where you're going to be and know, well, she wouldn't make that decision because that's not where she's going. How How many times have you made bad decisions? I cannot teach 7 steps to a turnaround without making you understand the power of making sound decisions. So if you're going to make sound decisions, you have to have good information. Which brings me to this. You may have to slow down your decision-making process. Some people make decisions too fast. One guy said, when you don't know what to do, do something. Bad decisions, hasty decisions, too fast, and affects the next 20 years of your life because you made the wrong decision. If you'd have just waited, got all your information together, settled yourself, you'd have been better. What makes us make these fast decisions? Fear. Practical decisions require practical senses. Using common sense. Using common sense to frame your decisions is critical. Critical. Just common sense. Gathering the information and using common sense. When you make good decisions, it affects your kids. A bad decision will affect your children. My father was working. He was working real hard. He was working, just working all the time, working, coming home late. I mean, working, getting 3 hours of sleep, not taking care of himself. It's a noble thing. I don't mean to be critical. It's an honorable thing. But he didn't take care of himself. He never rested, never ate right, eating in the middle of the night, going to bed, had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go out again. Wonderful thing, wonderful thing, but he didn't take care of himself. His decision to ignore his well-being led to his demise. By the time he got ready to check out himself, his blood pressure was something like 220 over 210. I mean, they couldn't figure out why his head hadn't blown off. It was just unbelievable. By the time he decided to take care of himself, his blood pressure had scarred his kidneys. His kidneys had stopped functioning. His eyes had almost gone blind. And I spent my childhood running kidney machines and learning how to run dialysis while other people were driving bicycles. Your decisions affect your children, whether they be positive or negative. Somebody made a decision to leave your mama, affected everything you think about everything right now. Some of you grown, 50, 60 years old, and still dealing with how you feel about something your parents did 30 years ago. A decision to keep a deadbeat job affected your whole mentality, what you expect out of life, what you expect out of husbands, what you expect out of people. Because you saw your mama cheat or your daddy cheat or you saw them do this or that, those decisions affect you. Nobody wakes up in the morning, and most people don't say, I'm going to mess up my kid. I'm going to leave this mama and run off with my secretary and go on with my life and just mess up my child's mind and leave her heart. But they're not aiming at the kids. But decisions are like earthquakes. They have tremors. It rumbles on long after you do it for years and years. And even after you're dead, decisions have consequences.
Now let me say this before I move forward, and I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time. You go by the gazelle. You hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. I need you to speed up. Now you hear what I'm saying? Speed up. You failed yesterday. You failed. Yep, you failed. You didn't get up and run. You failed. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, Why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You owe you an explanation. It's easy to beat you while you average. I challenge you to live in beast mode. He's gonna have to do it with sweat. He's gonna have to do it with tears. He's gonna have to do it with blood. At the end of pain is success. Problem is, you ain't never felt no pain before. You're soft. I dare you to take a little pain. Wake up and grind. Winners win. And when you become a winner, they start seeing you with winners. I will do whatever it takes to become everything I can become. But once you get there, I guarantee you, the world is yours.
Decide, commit, act, succeed, repeat.
If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world.
No matter what you want to do in life, no matter what your ambition is, that your dreams can come true if you persevere, if you work hard, and if you realize that what you might think is impossible is possible in today's world.
Well, you have to keep yourself focused on whatever your ultimate goal is. There's stumbling blocks all the way. People get laid off, you have a bad game, you get traded from a team that you don't want to be with. But if your goal and your focus remains the same, that hey, this is going to happen, and I know I have the skills and I have the knowledge and I have the instincts to dig myself out of this hole, you will dig yourself out of the hole. You have to control the situation. Don't let the situation control you.
Your life is what you think it should be. That's exactly what you are right now. You are what you thought you should be. And if you don't like who you are, you got to change what you think you should be. What you think is more important than what you do. And so if you want to change, you got to work on this attitude bit.
When you take on a massive change, whether it's trying to diet after a lifetime of being overweight, or maybe running your first race after a lifetime of never ever exercising, or maybe it's starting to date again after you lost your spouse to cancer, when you confront something that's going to require you to change your behavior, you basically come face to face with the gap between who you are right now and the future person you want to be.
So you need to foster the belief in what you are dreaming so that it becomes a reality, which is very different than saying, I don't expect anybody to believe it until I see it. You need people to believe it before they can see it.
Here is how you can assure yourself to enjoy yourself during the process of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. I want you to get this, because it starts as soon as you open up your eyes in the morning, or whenever it is that you start the day. As soon as you open up your eyes to greet the day, you enter into consciousness. It is at that moment that your creativity is at its most powerful. Right there and then, you have an opportunity to steer your thoughts and your emotions in the direction that you want them to go, not in the direction that they're telling you to go. In other words, you can literally choose to seize the day, or you can let the day seize you.
Nothing works the first time. When you try something new, it probably won't work.
Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Every time you lose at something, you're one step closer to winning the next time. The difference between successful people and not successful people, let's call it that way, are people give up. People wake up every morning, they have doubt, they have fear, they lose in a Ferrari race or they lose in a race, and then they just give up. The hardest thing in life to learn is to lose. Winning's easy. You win, you're happy, you get a high five, your friends are happy. It's your ability to take a loss, get up the next day, dust yourself off, and keep going.
This isn't about playing basketball like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. There's guys in the NBA that never gonna play basketball like them. This is about being able to think like a champion, know what goes on in their heads, understand how you can relate it to your business and whatever you do to take yourself to the next level. Remember, the mind controls the body does not control the mind. What makes these guys special and successful in everything they do is not their physical gifts, it's their mental toughness. They have the ability not to think when everyone else is thinking.
So what I want you to do, as soon as you open up your eyes to start the day, is to immediately start focusing on something or someone that you are totally grateful for in your life. I don't care what it is or who it is, but I want you to feel it with your heart and soul. Your only goal as soon as you open up your eyes should be to make yourself feel good and to give yourself enough confidence to get through the day. Don't worry about what needs to be done. Think about who you have to be in order to get it done.
I believe the emotions that many of us consider negative, like frustration and rejection and pain, can be our greatest friends because they can drive us to success. You know what? I think one of the things that happens for a lot of people when they get successful is they get superstitious. It's like they work so hard for the success and they now finally have it, so all of a sudden they don't change, they don't vary their behavior, they kind of like want to stay the way things are. They get incredibly conservative and they miss out on the juice of life. Stay out of the trap. Listen, when people succeed, they tend to party. When they fail, they tend to ponder. Now, the pondering, many times we create our greatest successes in life. Just remember, it's impossible to fail. If you try something and it doesn't work, just try something else and learn something from what you just did. As long as you learn something, you've succeeded. Start with something small if you want, and then build. But right now, write down 2 decisions you've made, and then take action on them immediately. I mean, right now. I mean, even before I finish talking here, stop the tape, pick up the phone, and make that call you've been waiting for. Do not put it off another minute. I don't care what it takes. There's power in momentum. I'm a big believer that once you set a goal, once you make a decision, you should immediately, in that moment, do something to start making progress towards it. That way you can't cop out later on or get caught up or lose your momentum. So please do it now. And I know not all things can be done right now, so maybe it's something you have to do tomorrow morning. But whatever you're going to do, make the decision and then commit to follow through and then check in tomorrow, because this is the first step to grabbing your personal power.
Remember this. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures.
The late, great Kobe Bryant said, "I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. I don't understand them, and I don't want to understand them." So your MO is you talk, and you talk, and you talk a good game, but you never back it up with your actions. Less talk, more action. See, actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who someone wants to be. It's time for you to go beyond your words. I don't trust words. I trust actions. The true champions, they don't just talk about it. They make it happen. They live by the motto, do more and you will receive more. Do more and you will get more. Do more and you will have more. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and get to work. Let's talk. Way more action. I need you to make moves and stop making all those announcements. Work hard in silence. And let your success do all your talking for you. Actions are the key to success. Conversations only express ideas, but actions can change the world. It's better to have less thunder in your mouth and more lightning in your hand. The great Muhammad Ali said, I shocked and I shook up the world. But he didn't shock and shake up the world by only talking. He backed his talk up with actions. Stop being such a talker and start being a doer. Do more and you will receive more. Do more and you will get more. Do more and you will have more. Stop coming up to me talking about the things that you're gonna do. I want you to come up and talk to me once it's done, once it's complete, and I can say job well done, and you can say job well done, and you can reap the benefits and the rewards of all your hard work, of all your hard labor. And never forget, fortune favors the bold. So those who get up off their hind parts and get to work will receive the benefits that come with doing. Run DMC said you talk too much. You never shut up. Now it's time to shut up and put up, shut up and do more, shut up and give more, shut up and be more. Actions speak way louder than words. I need less talk, more action. Your time is now. But if you just want to ramble on, womp, 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 and never get out and do, you will never have. I need you to put up or shut up. Get out of my ear with all that conversation about the big plans you got. If you're not gonna leave up out of my house, leave up out of my office and take action and come back in 30 days, come back in 60 days and say, I got it done. I'm officially at the next level because I stopped talking and I started doing. Less talk, more action. This is a great day to win. They will try to test you, but they fail to realize there's not 1 ounce of give up in your spirit. There's not 1 ounce of give up in your heart. There's not 1 ounce of give up in your soul. There's not 1 ounce of give up in your body. Baker Mayfield said, I woke up dangerous. But most people wake up aimless with no sense of direction. But not you. You wake up every morning on fire, ready to crush your day, ready to crush excuses, ready to dominate in your lane, ready to execute your goals. You know life is coming. You know life is trying to sucker punch you. You know life wants to break you. You know life wants to beat you down. But instead of frown, you just smile. Because you know there's not 1 ounce of give up in your soul. So you stand tall in the face of it all. Wipe the sweat from your brow. And keep grinding because you will not be broken. You will not be moved. Like that tree that's planted by the water, you will not be moved. So you just hitting your stride, just getting into the groove. They thought they could break you. But there's not 1 ounce of give up in your body. And therefore, you keep running your race until you emerge victorious. And you understand that there will be moments when you want to throw in the towel. And that's when you tap into your inner greatness and go the extra mile. So every mile marker, you celebrate the small wins, because you understand that them small wins lead to the big wins, lead to the gold balls, lead to the trophies, lead to the rings, lead to the riches, lead to the spoils, and you will never, ever, ever allow one mere mortal to foil your plans of achieving next level success. So when it gets hard, you giggle. When it gets tough, you laugh. Because you know the path to victory is paved with obstacles. It's paved with roadblocks. It's paved with uncertainties. But one thing is certain. Your heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid. One thing that is certain. There is not 1 ounce of give up in your soul. There's not 1 ounce of give up in your heart. And so you keep fighting until the very end. This is a great day to win.
Some of you going to sleep and you don't deserve rest. You lazy, you don't deserve rest. Rest is for people who work. You ain't doing nothing. Every day you chilling. You need to know your why, and my why wakes me up every single morning. Oh, you don't get it. Listen to me very closely. You can write everything down if you want to. Be brave enough to write every one of your goals down, but I'm gonna tell you something. Life's gonna hit you in your mouth, and you gotta do me a huge favor. Your why has to be greater than that knocked out. At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Find a man who's diligent at what he does, and he shall stand before kings and not mean men. Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up, could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long. The first level to success in life, listen to me, the very first level is you seeing it. Like it's clear to you. Like you know exactly what you want. You know exactly when you want it. Listen to me, you know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. Before you really blow up, and you get success, you literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it.
I didn't come here to make friends. I don't even care if they respect me. I know who I am. Got enough respect for myself. I do not want them to beat me.
They're never gonna beat you.
They came close to that.
And I'm telling you right now, because I care about you. I'm telling you right now because I've been there. I've done that. You've been in it for 3 years and you about to quit. You've been doing it for 5 years and it don't look like you think. You put all your money in it. You put all your time in it. People looking at you crazy. 5 years you've invested whole. You put too much in it to quit now. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. But this is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow, ain't no such thing as tomorrow. What does your dream look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? If you want it to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you want it to happen, rise and grind.
The great Michael Jordan said, I failed over and over. My failures are the exact reason why I succeed. So never run from your failures. Take that failure and let it be the fuel that drives you. See, failure is simply a detour. It's not a dead-end street. I implore you, I beg you to be able to accept your failures. And that's because we all fail at something. But I need you in the depths of your soul to never be okay and never accept not trying again. Get up! Your failures do not mean that you're not worthy. Your failures do not mean that you can't succeed. Your failures do not mean that you can't come back and win. Your failures do not mean that you can't achieve at a high level. The only problem, the only issue is if you fail, you quit. Is if you fail, you give up. I need you to live up to every expectation, every goal, every dream that you had as that little kid. Give every ounce of your being. Every failure is a lesson. If you're not willing to fail, then you're not ready to succeed. I beg and plead. I need you to believe dreams. I need you to believe the success. I need you to understand that one way to achieve everything that you've ever wanted in your life is the highway of failure. You will fail over and over and over and over and over again. But that means one day you will climb the mountain and reach the mountaintop. Success awaits. But you gotta go through your go-through to get to your get-to. Every ounce of your heart, every ounce of your soul. Yeah, your feelings are gonna be hurt sometimes. Yeah, you're gonna feel a little let down sometimes. Yeah, the pain. Yeah, it's gonna suck. But I need you to suck it up and pick yourself up by the bootstraps and go one more time, and go two more times, and go three more times. You will build up so much fuel. You will build up so much power. You will build up so much energy. Don't tell me you want it. When at the first sign of defeat, when at the first sign of failure, you're willing to stop. It's like you got a car, but you have absolutely no drive. Let the failures fuel you. Let the setbacks fuel you. This is a great day to win.
Dear hard work, I used to hate you. When you called my name, I heard it but ran away from you. When I knew you were coming, I used to hide from you. When you influenced others to talk to me, I quickly made excuses to get away from you. Afraid of the pain because I didn't want to get hurt. Afraid to fail, so I didn't even try. And afraid of your name because of what you have done to others. Who do you think you are? Making me so afraid of who you are. Reflection in the mirror, shadow behind me. I take one step and you're still ahead of me. Sweat in my face, tears in my eyes. I keep on going. I heard you tell no lies. You turn the poor to rich, F to A's. Is there anything that you can't do? Now look at me. You made me who I am today. And because of you, I have this never losing, never giving up attitude. Quitting? That's not in my vocabulary. When they quit, I keep going. When they sleep, I work harder. When they say that I can't and count me out, I show them that I can. When I tell them about my dreams and they laugh, I make sure I laugh last. I'm a dream chaser. That means I chase my dreams and no one else's. Only I can defeat me. It's me against this work you put on me. There's no losing. I will not lose. this far, and I'm not stopping now. Oh, hard work. My dad was right about you. You do pay off. And because of that, I love you. How can I not? I'm no longer hiding from you. I'm waiting for you. Matter of fact, where are you? I need you. Because in hard work, I trust.
Gotta have the courage. Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? Do you have the courage? I'm going to drop something on you. It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre. Be normal and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than you are God, then neutralize everything He put in you. Just fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you've neutralized your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the bar. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage to stand there though the storms keep raging and the people get to talking and you stand there and say, I've come too far to turn around? Do you have the courage? I'm going to say something to you. It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do, but you don't talk like, oh, you forgot where you came from. Look at you, it takes courage. And I'm just wondering, in this weak, watered down, mediocre society that we live in today, in this reality TV world we live in today, I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't come through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream. Is there a woman left in this entire Coliseum that's got some courage?